Welcome to Austin, Texas, and Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium, where the horns are up and this burnt orange crowd is ready to help Texas hook 'em. This isn't your run-of-the-mill matchup. You get a couple of powerhouses, both ranked in the top 10, and statements can be made in this one. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Longhorns will kick it away first. Coming out with it, it's Bell. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. Scanning the field, it's Beck. Firing to the right, complete. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
That is a really good-looking throw. You think about the expectation level now for quarterbacks at Georgia. Matthew Stafford was the #1 pick overall. Stetson Bennett won 2 national championships. Imagine the pressure on this guy. But when you see throws like that, he makes you believe that he can step up and lead this team to yet another natty.
Sweet cut there. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
One of the things I love about this offense is they're very versatile in their passing attack. They throw to receivers and tight ends, and the screen game is big as well. This guy is a weapon, and you're seeing that here early.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. They'll try to run for it. Oh, what a cut! Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36.
There's nothing better than opening drive, coming out as an away team. Everybody's got all that excitement, all that energy, and being able to run the football and physically exert yourself to start a football game.
They'll ride the hot hand. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Georgia comes quickly to the line. On 2nd down, wants to throw. That's caught. It's Lovett. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. So you get stuffed on first down. You had an idea of what you wanted to do on 2nd, but I'm guessing it's back to the drawing board now.
You got to figure out who you are and what you are. What's your next best play? Or what is the defense going to do? If they've been aggressive, okay, well, if they've been aggressive, I'm going to throw that deep ball. If they've been sitting back, I might sneak a draw in.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Can't hang on to the ball. He had it right in his chest, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal. Slams it ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Georgia.
I think what you love about that opening drive for the offense is the balance. They were able to throw the football to set themselves up into position, and then he carries it in for the TD. You got to be able to keep defenses on their heels, and they did a nice job of that on this opening drive.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So an 82-yard drive there, and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. first down here for the offense. From the gun, to give, looking for room. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Second down coming up. Right back to the well. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, I think the running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own, and unfortunately ended up losing yards.
Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Wide out in motion. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
Well, 3rd and short, the offense dials up the screen, expecting the pass rush to come upfield man-to-man, but it just simply does not work. Defense stays home, and they force the incompletion.
Already down a score early. The last thing you want to do on your first drive is give it right back to them, so they'll go for it on 4th down. Fires to the big fella. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out and you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on 4th down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to...
Great move. Now he's got room. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. Georgia going up tempo. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. Not much running room. He's got one down to the 12.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. Those guys, those running backs coming, they just need a mid. They put one mid on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
Looking for room. It's Etienne. And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the scoring play came on the 12-yard run. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit,
trying to burn this defensive back. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
Smart offensive coordinators, they're going to throw deep balls, especially those 50-50 balls you hear about all the time. My wide receiver is better than your DB. Well, not on this play.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Ewers. He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. The Longhorns will line it up on 1st and 10. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. From the 33, it's 1st and 10. Gonna run it. It's blue. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wide receiver coming across in motion. On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Got a man. It's Moore. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
And those slot receivers nowadays, they're little water bugs, man. You can play touch football in an elevator to lose to these guys because they're so quick and so dynamic. Get open and catch the football.
Trying play action. Grabbed in the backfield. It's blue. Good tackle there to stop him short of the 1st down, and now they have to make a call.
That's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch out and get the 1st down? You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they are in the field on that play. And even though they got the completion, it's not enough to pick up the 1st. And now you're staring 4th down right in the face.
He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
4th and short, a lot of times you know what's coming. I know what's coming. Who's going to be more physical? They give it to the running back. O-line does their job. Nice pickup on 4th and short.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Might as well give it to him again. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
This drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. To the air, it's Ewers. Using the quick game. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
They pick up the 1st down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
And he'll be brought down.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Slams ahead. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Pollock.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, wore these guys out. Now they'd have to go the length of the field if I missed.
Unleashes to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Longhorn. That dude's really big. How in the world did they lose him?
He's down here. He does a lot of blocking. You play a lot of man coverage in the red zone. And what do? Peek in the backfield, and you lose the big fella. I don't know how he lost that big of a guy, but he lost it.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Bell. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
They're bringing heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, that quarterback is really lucky that that ball wasn't intercepted. You should never throw the ball back across your body. I think because of the pressure, you felt like he had to do something quickly with the football, but that was almost a very bad play.
Setting up the screen. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
That's an absolute strike right there. Giving me some Stetson Bennett vibes, some Aaron Murray vibes, even Matthew Stafford with the arm talent on that throw. I'll tell you, they can attack any spot of the field in the passing game because of this guy's talent.
Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. The Dogs with the 1st and 10. Using his legs, it's Etienne. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
To the air, it's Beck. And he throws down the gut of the defense. It's incomplete. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. They'll try to get the first through the air. And the quarterback couldn't withstand the heat, and he will go down as we played one quarter. They've already converted a 4th down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it, and they convert. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is, too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were. Because of that, he gives up the first down. Need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
Finds his man. It's Lovett. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. And the Bulldogs in the hurry up. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down. They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Quarterback now breaking the field. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They go to the ground. Works his way down to the 10-yard line after a pickup of 3. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. The defense calls the timeout. Their 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. Georgia heads to the line with a 1st and goal. Looking to throw, it's Beck. Coming after him. He caught it. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
The play action fake. Finds a soft spot in the middle. And he wanted to score badly, but the defense wrestles him down at the 2. They'll run it on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Dogs! And they take it in for 6 more points. Seems as if he has reservations for 6 every time he touches the ball.
What is that, Reese? That's 3 already, I think, for him in the first half. So, great start. I'd keep feeding him, I think. He's doing okay.
And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. So that was a lengthy 17-play drive and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. He'll bring it out. It's Golden. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. This defense has kept them backed up. Now 1 more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Trying to get to it. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the Longhorns send out the punt unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He gets a block, and the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
After the quarterback and receiver couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. Dropping back, it's Beck. And they knocked him down almost immediately.
You want to change some of this bad luck you've had so far around? Get after the quarterback and get his butt on the ground. Nice job by the defense. This game ain't over. It's still the first half. This is a good start.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Taking it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Nice read, nice break. Good job by the defender understanding that ball had some air underneath it. Takes advantage of it, goes and makes the big play.
And the offense takes the field eager to go back to work. Looking to move it through the air. Grabbed in the middle. It's Lovett. Finally brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a first down.
You hate giving up that play if you're the DB on this one because you're playing man coverage. You're trying to defend a slant route. You've taken the inside away. That's where your leverage is. You'll allow anything to happen to the outside. You're trying to funnel the receiver to the boundary. You just cannot let the receiver beat you to the inside.
Looking to go up top on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming. Now on 2nd down. Gives it to the back on the draw. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down. Georgia comes quickly to the line. A first down run on the doorstep. Knocked down after a gain of 1. They'll mark it at the 6. 2nd and goal for this offense. Dropping back, it's Beck. Looking to the end zone. Fires into traffic, picked off. And he will step out of bounds, but what a play to get the ball back for his offense.
Now, I think when you're trying to throw against this guy, especially when he's in zone coverage, you got to anticipate the throws. You got to get it out before your receiver turns around to look. Because if you're even half a second too late, he makes you pay with interceptions.
And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there.
Yeah, and listen, that dude is a dude. I get it. He's an absolute stud, and I want to find ways to get him the football, but maybe not force feed him in that situation when he's got 2 guys on him.
And would they dare be aggressive on 3rd down this deep in their own territory? They'll run play action. Quick strike complete. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to throw, it's Ewers. Lost one deep down the right side. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Barely time to catch our breath after that one, and they've got it 1st and 10, threatening just outside the red zone. Fast motion from the offense. Makes the grab. It's Moore. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
I'll tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
Couldn't fight his way out of his grasp.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Operating in the red zone here on second down. He's looking to throw. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense here, creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody selling out to stop the run. Nice job being aggressive by this defense.
Can the D deny them on second and goal?
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Wide receiver shows motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. Nowhere to run, and down he goes after losing 6.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Looking to the end zone on third and goal. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Texas.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Etienne. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, and it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this...
Going up top. And he's got it inside the 35. And the tackle is made, but not before. That completion gets them 30-plus. They had this offense backed up. Now they have to be staggering. Can they deliver another punch on 1st and 10 from inside the 40? Looking for a man. It's Beck. He's not afraid to go deep. And it's incomplete.
Oh yay, this a good one.
Oh man, quarterback almost just threw his second interception on as many drives. He's trying to fit that football in there. It gets tipped up in the air. He's lucky that wasn't picked up.
After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. Fires to the middle. Got him downfield. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. He's going to pass.
Yo, let's do it. Yo, let's do it. Yo, let's do it. V. 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 Yo, let's do it. Yo, let's do it. Yo, let's do it.
Ready to try the point after.
Ole, do it.
And the extra point is good for a 28-14 lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. coordinators take over and they'll send out the offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
First down here for the offense. They'll start this drive with a pass. Heaves it into trouble, and he finds trouble with the pick. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Looking for a man. It's Beck. Going to take a shot at this DB. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
When these offenses get in a rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got a short field, take advantage of it too, get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see, quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. He lobs one high down the left side. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half.
That's the end of the first half. With the score, Georgia 35.
Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Texas offense. They start this 3rd quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive, Reese. Like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
Couldn't get anything done on first down. Now 2nd and 10 from the 46. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Got it in the middle. It's held. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
Well, it's a nice job, too, the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Got it in the middle. It's Moore. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit.
Nice job by the quarterback, pre-snap and post-snap. He knew the defense was going to be playing zone coverage, and there was no doubt in his mind where he was going with that football.
And the Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. He wants to throw it again. Snagged in the middle. It's Moore. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Longhorn! And the extra point is good, but they still trail 35-21. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Bell. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a 1st down. Georgia going up tempo. The give to the back. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
Back to pass, it's back. Quickly complete. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down. The Dogs have had a long history of scrappy and efficient quarterbacks. Add a little star power to it, and you've got something working.
You definitely get a little extra something. We see it all across college football. You find that dude at the quarterback spot, it takes you from good to great, and you've seen that with Georgia over the last several seasons.
And after the incompletion on 1st down, this offense looking at 2nd down. They want to throw it. They've got the screen set up. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slip in the running back screen, and behind it there was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a massive play.
The give to the back. Not much there on the run. He gets 1 to the 31. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Looking for more room. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
And we know turnover margin is a huge part of winning ball games. Interception number 2. The quarterback has to do a better job taking care of the football. Don't force it. Take the high completion percentage stuff. Don't always try to go for the big play.
Takes the handoff. It's Blue. They finally get him on the ground with a big running play.
Now.
Change for the 1st down.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense, because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
The give to the tailback. Open space at the 25. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. safeties come up and tackle. As opposed to linebackers and big defensive players, you get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys that usually cover and don't come up and make tackles.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down.
325.
Motion from the offense. They'll give it to the back. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down marker.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And a great job by the linebacker. You could tell starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get the running back on the ground for the tackle for the loss.
Looking to pass. It's Ewers. Snags it. Touchdown, Texas! You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Finds his way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28. Georgia comes quickly to the line. Wants to throw on third down. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's cut. A couple of yards shy of the first down marker, but they've decided this is 4-down territory. The offense still on the field. He's got him and they convert. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
And that's a play the defense has got to be able to make, guys, right there on fourth down. You're in the third quarter, second half. You're playing at home, and it's a close game. You've got a huge opportunity to seize momentum. And you just get the feeling that that momentum is going to be a big factor here in the second half. Someone had to step up and make a play, and they just couldn't get it done.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. They'll go right back to the run. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. Georgia going back to work with another first down. They'll go to the ground. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. Kept it on the ground on first down, now back to the line. Give to the running back. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
How nice is it as a play caller when you've got a running back as good as this guy, right? I mean, you can just dial up conservative run calls. Nothing has to be too tricky, too fancy. You just know he's going to go make good things happen. Even when it's not blocked properly, he is still finding ways to rip off long runs. This guy now has over 150 yards rushing in the game. Doesn't look like he's slowing down, guys.
And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Looking downfield, it's Beck. They're trying to get to it. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. The 40. The 20. Pass 10. Touchdown, Longhorns! A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. This time it's the defense finding ways to put points on the board.
There is nothing better than being a defender, seeing that ball in the end zone. Your eyes get big as saucers. Go, jump on that puppy, secure it, get you a touchdown.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. That last pick 6 after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
And they're on him in a heartbeat, and down he goes.
Now, that was a blitz from the middle linebacker. That's one the offensive line should have picked up, regardless of what the pass protection was. Sliding or going base man.
Going over the top. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really...
Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Texas! And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come.
Gammy time.
And he'll bring it back. And the coverage team able to...
Face blue smiling, 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 face B. Game time. Game air. Game air. Gammy air. Game air. Gammy air.
Well, that guy is so quick coming out of his stance. Do you see how fast he got to the ball carrier? Get that tackle for loss? Wow.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Pocket starts to collapse. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the 3rd quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
Oh, did he unload on that? It's like there's helium in that one. Makes the tackle really strong, disciplined job, and now we have 1 period to play. First down to start the drive after the break. On the run, it's blue.
They've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low, and the offensive line, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
Defense doing their job, getting that last stop, and now third in California. Not a lot of play calls to convert this, so defensively, let's get off the field now. The clock's running. We need to...
He'll loft one deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. The Longhorns will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Fires to the wideout. Got his man. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. Georgia going up tempo.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air.
Grabs it inside the 10. Touchdown, Dogs. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. That's already his second touchdown of the game.
And a little pressure, no problem. The extra point ties the game here in the fourth. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Wide out in motion. On the ground, it's Blue. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's third and long from the 26. Looking to throw, it's Ewers. He's right on target. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Catch in the middle, it's Helm. And that is good versatility there and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game.
Going to try to pop one on the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush, hit him with the screen, and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
Just about had another one picked off. They have been way too reckless with the football, throwing it away 3 times already.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They could really use a few yards here on third down because from here, it would be a 61-yard attempt. To throw, it's Ewers. Working that left side now. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Catch in the middle, it's Moore. Will not get there. A fourth down stop.
You know, offensively in that situation, fourth down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. The sure hands, it's Lovett. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get two bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
And he needed just a single yard, and he did not get it. What a stout play by this defense. Tackled after picking up the first down.
And I think that's a good call offensively, Reese. You're sort of in no man's land at midfield. You've got fourth down, and you believe in your guys to go and get it done on the ground. They're able to pick up the first.
Were you at all surprised by the decision to run it there?
No, not with their personnel.
Oh, and it's picked off. This could be huge in a tie game. The defense was looking for a huge play in this tie game, and they have just given their team a great opportunity.
I think, Reese, at this point of the game, tied late, it's going to come down to who can make the most plays. The defense comes up with a massive play, creating that turnover. Outstanding job by the D. All 11 guys being on the same page, now putting their offense in a great position.
They're strong and they're scrawl. Defensive tackles, they're scrawl. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And with that pass right there, over 300 yards. That's a good day at the office. Being able to execute, doing a good job seeing what's coming, anticipating, taking some shots today, but has held really strong, put up some good numbers.
Here it is trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Back to throw, it's Ewers. And this is going to be intercepted. A big play in a tie game. He'll try to take it back. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Georgia. How about that D coming up with a play like that?
And at this juncture of the game, one play is going to make the difference. It's going to be a momentum-changing play. Who's going to come up with it that time, Pollock? It's the pick six to break the tie.
And the defense, you're thinking, get a stop, get a stop. This is late in the fourth quarter. This is how we're going to get a win. Our offense is going to go down the field. No, they get the turnover, they force it, and they get to the end zone to create the massive game-changing play.
He'll bring it out. It's Bolden. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Off the play fake. Pressure coming. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Quarterbacks need time when they're in the pocket to complete throws. That QB had no shot after taking that hit.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Back to throw, it's Ewers. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
On 4th down, looking to pass. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. The defense will have to key on the run and try to get this ball back. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. With the catch, it's Evans. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal. Georgia comes quickly to the line. From the gun, looking for a man. He caught it, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
Have a day, young fella. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not 1, not 2, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. He wants to throw. Fires to the tight end. Still running at the 40. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. He's looking to throw it. Grabbed over the middle. It's Bond. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throwing catch. The defense burns their 3rd and final timeout of the half.
Georgia.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Looking to move it through the air. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Back to pass, it's Ewers. Looking down the middle. Wide open downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a
Triangle.
chunk of yardage is picked up. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Finds his big tight end. That's about as close as you can.
Triangle slant.
And it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the first down. Always nice to have that security blanket of the tight end.
And it's nice to have a tight end that can line up in different areas.
ASAP.
It's not always going to be in a 3-point stance. He can sometimes be in the backfield. You could flex flex him out into the slot. They might even try to put this guy out at wide receiver in the split end position and see what he can do there, because this guy is a weapon.
And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball.
This is caught for the late touchdown, so let's not put this one to bed just yet.
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a one-possession game. We've got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
And he drops it, just took his eye off of it at the last minute. This looks like the regular kickoff unit coming onto the field, and I would think with just a timeout left at this juncture, you got to send the hands guys out and try to get an onside kick. Coming out with it, it's ETN. Not
Gamer.
as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15.
Game time.
Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take it. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Don't want to risk anything here. The quarterback takes a knee. Scoreboard operator got a workout in this one. Fun game for us to watch, but they can't come up with the W.
Yeah, and it's a team game, right? The offense did their job, and now defense will have to find a way in the future to make better plays, get stops, and stop them scoring so many points, especially when your offense does their job.
And we see a lot of games like this in college football when both offenses are just trading blows back and forth, and it just comes down to which defense can get a stop. And unfortunately for the losing team, they just were not able to get it done.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Face blue smiling, face blue smiling, face blue smiling, face blue smiling.